Ready.
Vanessa. Yay! It's so good to see you.
It's great to see you. Fancy seeing you here.
I know, right?
Fancy.
It is kind of funny. The more you're on the road with reptile businesses and stuff, the more you get to know everybody. It's like big happy family.
It is a family, and you're like, oh my God, is so-and-so going to be here? And then you see them, and you're like, hello!
100%.
But we don't have to spend like holidays or anything together, so like it's more of a...
We get all the fun parts.
We get all the fun parts, and
Leave
nobody
the
has to worry about...
stressful part for the holidays.
Nobody's worrying about who's bringing what. We all just show up and have a great time.
That's it. But we always talk politics.
Yeah, yes.
Weird dynamics.
We're dynamics, exactly. So Garrett, you are a huge supporter of USARK.
Absolutely, yeah.
Why?
I hope so.
Tell me why. Why? In 30 seconds, no.
All right, you have to be. So let me ask you this: how much do you guys really trust our government right now to take care of the best interests of us people? Unfortunately, there's this crazy system that exists where it's like you have to have lawmakers' ears just to make sure that you're allowed to live out the kinds of freedoms that I feel like we really should have as Americans anyways.
Agreed.
So if you do anything outside of the normal, define normal or whatever, like I like to have a pet that's not a dog or a cat. Not even just reptiles.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have amphibian and reptile keepers, but like fish, invertebrates,
there's so much more.
Anything like that.
Yep.
You're weird, you're not going to be represented. Lawmakers are going to make laws based on how they felt growing up, I think people that interact with exotic animals of any kind, non-domesticated animals, have always been thought of as weirdos. Those people kind of shouldn't exist. Given a bad rap in a lot of ways. And it's really unfortunate.
Oh, it's completely unfortunate. They're part of our family.
Yeah.
I mean, look at COVID. That's one of my favorite examples. During COVID times, they thought that pet stores should close down because you could get enough dog and cat food to supply if we went on lockdown.
Crazy.
There's more to this world than just dogs and cats.
Yes.
And reptiles need food on a regular basis.
100%.
Where are you going to get crickets?
100%.
Where are you going to get worms? Where are you going to get all this?
Right.
They're just as big a part of our family as dogs and cats. We name
absolutely.
our reptiles.
Yeah. It's not even that. It's like, so I'm a dad, I've got kids, we have dogs, we have cats, and we have reptiles and amphibians.
Right.
When you have a dog or a cat, it's an awesome companion animal. Some of our cats are anyway, some of the other ones not so much. But our dog is anyway, but they love to come up and cuddle and hang with you and give you those emotional feel-goods. When you keep reptiles and amphibians, there's a natural sparking curiosity that people have where they're like, let me learn about this in the wild. Nobody ever had fun teaching their dog how to shake and then went on to, wonder where that came from and studied wolves. There's a disconnect that is domestication. With the reptiles and amphibians, you can find wild counterparts of your animals, so it gets you interested in the conservation of wildlife habitats. It gets you interested in the ethical treatment of animals, being empathetic towards animals. You know what I mean? Not like, it's so weird that a lot of people think it's okay to like stomp on and crush small, helpless wildlife.
Why?
Sick. Who grows up like that? So you need actual hands-on experience, especially from a young age, I think, because you're not going to unlearn that kind of empathy that you learn towards animals. It's really important to expose these people to these animals. It's very important for me personally. I grew up that way. It's kind of become my mission. So whatever kind of educating I do, whether it's through social media or in-person events and things like that, I mean, shouting USARK is always the thing. It's like, look, if you guys love animals, jump on, give them a like, a view, follow along, see what's going on in the news. And then you guys are such a vital key for helping us to get organized, because I can't stay on top of everything, but I absolutely want to be involved in the decision-making process that is my future, the future for my kids, my communities. And USARK absolutely has protected us every step of the way.
Every step of the way.
Yeah, it's huge, and I hope that we can get to a point where we're able to do even more than we're currently doing in support of USARK. And I would encourage everybody to do the same thing. It's almost like, it's the one thing that I think all of us in the industry can agree on.
Absolutely. And there's no reason not to support USARK.
Right.
Absolutely no
100%.
reason to not support
Yeah.
USARK.
We love to argue about the idiosyncrasies of our different animals
Yes.
and all this kind of stuff,
Yes.
and we nerd out on that stuff, and we care so much.
Yeah.
So we're all very opinionated about
Yes.
that stuff.
But the one thing we all come together for is USARK.
Yeah, absolutely, because USARK is allowing us to keep the animals that we have. So there's been so many times. So I'm from Pittsburgh, right?
Yep.
You might not know this. If you want full context, because this is probably not something I would recommend for everyone, we got an American alligator about a week ago.
Yep.
It's one of our educational animals. Alligators, being too easy to get in the state of Pennsylvania and then dumped everywhere is a major problem. And even in my city of Pittsburgh, USARK got very involved when they proposed. They're like, you know what, this is a problem with these alligators. We're going to outright ban alligators, and then we'll throw in some turtles there too, and maybe some constrictor species. Why not? And it's like, what?
Why?
What's going on
Yep.
here? First of all, yeah, anyways, I could rant about it forever, but even in my own hometown, when USARK found out about it, they were there to help. So.
Absolutely.